What is good, YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing, and I'm back at you again. I want to talk about Keith One Time Thurman, Once Upon a Time Thurman, Keefy Poo. Not one of my favorite fighters. He's just not. But, he went on a rant about our man, Bobby Boy, Bob Arum, and him needing to shut the F up, and he's a piece of caca. And you don't want to pay your fighters. I think Bob Arum right now is the worst promoter out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Pretty much all the promoters can't be trusted, but there are some that's better than others. There are some that actually somewhat looks out for the best interest of the fighter. Believe it or not. But Bob Arum is not one of those promoters. He's not built that way. Bob Arum is about 125 years old. He's an old guy, man. Old guy, but he's very, very smart and very greedy. Now, I can agree wholeheartedly, man, and 100% with Keith Thurman by what he says about Bob Arum, man. I mean, nobody stayed with him. De La Hoya left him. Floyd Mayweather left him. Pacquiao left him. And Crawford is got one foot out the door right now. So, I mean, Keith was like, yo, Terrence wanted to fight me last year. And you couldn't make the fight happen. Terrence wants to fight Sean Porter. And this comes out of Thurman's mouth. He said, you want to offer Sean Porter $1 million. Well, what's $1 million after taxes? About 500 grand at the least. That's half your paycheck going. And there's a lot of people out there that's like, well, why should he? I mean, why should Sean Porter be paid more than $1 million? He doesn't even have a belt. So what, man? Look at what Sean Porter done in his career, man. Look at all the exciting fights that he's given us as fans. Belts don't mean crap nowadays anyway, and y'all know that. I just can't stand when people say that. I mean, it's their opinion. I get it. It's all good. But I don't like that, man. You got to give credit what credit's due. Sean Porter is one of the top welterweights out there. But Crawford wants to fight him. But Arum doesn't want to pay Porter the money that he deserves. So what? He doesn't have a freaking belt. So you got Crawford now, for now, Bob. In my opinion, the best welterweight in the division right now. I'm talking about the best. I don't see no welterweight beating Crawford right now. And you don't even want to promote him. And Keith said you can't afford to pay your fighters. I don't agree with that. Arum definitely can afford to pay his fighters. He just ain't going to do it. He's a greedy soul, man. He wants all the revenue. He wants all the lunch money. It ain't that he can't. He ain't going to do it. You got the best welterweight right now in the division. A world champion at that. And you can't get him no fights because you don't want to pay his opponents. You don't want to pay him. So I bag Keith up all the way. He's like, shut your mouth, Bob. Shut up. You want to fight? You want a world-class fight? Cut the world-class checks. And listen, I'm not a huge fan of Keith Thurman. He's a good talker, though. He could actually be a great promoter. He got the gift of gab. I mean, that dude can talk. He can talk a lot of noise, and he can just do it repetitively. Like a freestyle rapper. Like, I ain't never understood how somebody can sit back and just freestyle off the top of their head. You got to be very savvy and very quick-witted to do stuff like that. And that's Keith One Time Thurman. I give him that much. But every time he fights, it's always an injury. Oh, I fought this guy with one hand. Oh, I fought this guy with bone spurts. Man, no fighter goes in 100%. I don't care how bad or how good they're feeling. No fighter goes in 100% because training is very, very strenuous and rigorous on your freaking body. We put our bodies through all types of torture to get in the best shape possible, and you're going to have some type of injury going into a fight. So I don't want to hear that, Keefy Poo. Listen, I'm with him on this one, though. Bob Arum he's a piece of work, man. He's a piece of work. But some promoters look out for their fighters. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story. Here we go. Story time. I forget the year. 2008 or 9. 2010. 2010, I was working with a professional fighter by the name of Scott Awesome Rawsome. Look him up on Boxing Rec. He was a heavyweight, super heavyweight, actually. We were rematching a guy that beat us. And when Scott first fought this guy, Scott was 310 pounds. I said super heavyweight. He was 310. And the guy that he fought was like 290. We got Scott all the way down to 268. Now, I know a lot of y'all are saying, man, that's still big, man. Nah, not for this guy. This guy is a cornbread fed country boy, man. I'm talking about like a freaking tank, big redhead cat, man. The dude had promised, but he wanted to get married and start popping out all kinds of kids. So, when you got a big family, the boxing career is pretty much over. So that's what happened with Scott. But anyway, we were rematching a guy in Cutoff, Louisiana. Man, that was a great show. Well, his promoter is from Tyler, Texas. His name's Reggie. And Reggie was really happy when we showed up to the fight and he saw how slim down Scott was. He was like, he gave me all kinds of props because we worked. There was nothing else we could have done. We didn't leave any stone unturned. There was nothing else we can do in training. And that's why we beat the brakes off that dude in that rematch fight. So his actual niece was on the fight card. She's a big old girl, man. He told me to run the hand mitts with her, and within 30 seconds, she got tired. I'm talking about she got so tired she was drooling. And I'm like, I don't know why you came to this fight. I guess she needed the quick money, but she was in horrible shape. Anyway, her opponent showed up, and she's a big old girl too. She ended up fighting the big chick that came. This chick came in a car that was dang near broke down. She barely made it. She got in the ring and she went down in the first 20 seconds, man, and didn't get up. The people who were putting on the fights in Cutoff, Louisiana was so disappointed and so pissed off at that girl because she got caught with a shot, which she couldn't help, and got knocked out in 20 seconds of the first round. They did not pay her. They would not pay her. So you know what Scott's promoter did? He said, listen, they're not going to pay you, but I'm going to pay you. He said, I'm going to take money out of my pocket and I'm going to give it to you because you deserve it. You drove all the way here. You barely made it. You stepped in the ring. You strapped up and you deserve a paycheck. And that man paid her. He paid her. What other promoters would do that? Not many. And we all got paid that night. I actually got paid that night. I was the chief corner man that night for the first freaking time. I was losing my mind. It was so surreal. It was an experience that I'll never forget. So all promoters aren't devils. Just most of them. So Keefy Poo, I respect what you're saying and I agree 100%. Bobby Boy, man, just go sit it out, bro. You old, leave this promoting thing alone and or just let Terrence go so Terrence can get some fights and start unifying. Start gaining more than one belt, which is very much possible and capable of doing because I've said it once and I'm going to say it again. Crawford is the best welterweight in the division as of right now. And I'm talking about nobody. I don't see anybody beating him. Not even Pacquiao and not even Errol Spence. Never mind my 2 cents. I want to know yours. Comment down below and let me know. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Until the next time, Real Talk Boxing, baby. We gone.